I need someone to say that they can hear me and the game, please. I know at least one of you is probably lurking. All you have to do is say, okay. While I wait for that, I have to be so real. My brain is so fried. My brain's so fried. I worked the 9-hour shift yesterday. It was not a good time. It was a bad time. Those kids were naughty. Naughty, naughty, naughty. And, really fucking wore me down. But I wanted to stream because I want to see my people in the screen. Stream starting jump scared me. Okay, yay, thank you. Hi, welcome back. Welcome back to... I almost said the House of Fata Morgana. Whoa. I haven't streamed that game in 3 years. Chill, me. Welcome back to Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations HD. I love that it changed. It did change this background. I wondered if that was going to happen or if it would just have the office the whole time, but it did change because we are on Turnabout Airlines. Love that. Sorry, my brain is... Okay, I have to be so honest for a second. I'm opening the stream with crazy energy. I'm so sorry. So, I got my friend into Persona 5, being like, I know she'll enjoy it, and also specifically this one ship is going to, like, truly do something to her brain because it's very much her cup of tea. And for those who know, she's at the beginning of 3rd semester and got to the laundromat scene and is like, what the fuck is this gay shit? And I was like, dude, it simply only escalates from there. If you know, you know. Don't say what it is in the chat. But it is crazy. And then I was like, didn't they keep all this other stuff in? Blah, blah, blah. So I went and read this one character's wiki, and I was like, that's gonna be my reward when she finishes this game. I'm gonna read the trivia section of that wiki out loud. Because it's crazy. Anyway. Back to this game. So, like, that's where my brain is. That's where my brain is. Dude, the laundrette, don't even get me started. No, you have no idea. One day you will experience it, though. Last time we started the second case, it actually takes place 3 days before the first one, while Edgeworth is on his way home, and he briefly was, arrested, kind of, for, not really arrested, not formally, for a murder, but it was not him. However, the flight attendant, Rhoda, is looking a little sus. So, we left off in the middle of an investigation. Sorry about that. I just did not have the... I was about to say the beans to finish. Perhaps the beans and the spoons. But today, I'm filled with a crazy feral energy because I'm very tired. And we've gotten into the fun part of that. Oh yeah, we have Cammy. Hey girl. I don't know much about this shop, but you can still ask me about whatever.
So what do you think about what has happened regarding this case?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I think you're the killer, though, Mr. Edgeworth.
I can assure you that I'm here in this shop to prove just the opposite.
Yeah, but it was me that got you the permission to look around, you know. So don't forget that, okay? She's just like me, for real.
How am I supposed to thank you properly if you insist on falling asleep?
Well, you know what would really show your thanks? You see that item for sale over there?
Sorry, but you're going to have to make do with my words of appreciation.
I respect that. She wanted the hustle. Alright.
Inside this display case is a row of lifesavers and life vests for sale. That's fucked up.
We sell a lot of those when there's some kind of accident or something. But some people buy them even when nothing's going on. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Care to buy one?
I sense that this shop is one shopper away from being sued.
You could do it yourself, Edgeworth. I want to look at these pamphlets, can I not? That's rude. Alright, well, fuck you, I guess.
There are all kinds of luxury name brand merchandise for sale in this display case. And they're lined up in just such a manner as to scream, "Buy me!" to any passers-by.
There's little guys on the floor.
Stuffed toys, just like the one Ms. Meal is holding, are on display here. They're relatively cheap, which explains why they're displayed so haphazardly.
How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? You know you want one too. They're great for when you're stressed.
Why do I envision stuffed animal abuse when she says that?
I love that that's something he considers at all.
Oh, that's funny. The glass from this display case's door is shattered all over the floor. And it looks like there's nothing on display inside either. Wait, actually I think there is something. What's this? A mini captain's hat?
Sorry, I'm kidding. I have to turn my phone away. I can't look. She's sending messages that are making me laugh so hard. Okay. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I'll do that in a second. I wanted to look at everything else first.
There is a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases.
You know what I'd suggest?
Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip.
Okay, then how about you buy something for me then? As a present.
I can't think of a single reason why I'd want to buy you anything.
But I've had my eye on that pendant for such a long time.
Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something and then we'll talk.
Can I not look in there, like, properly? That sucks.
What are these?
Oh, those are our company's completely original line of suitcases. They're practically flying out the door. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see how you like it. You won't regret it.
Perhaps that's how things work on this flight, but in the real world you try, then buy.
No way. But either way, it doesn't really matter.
True. Either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they boarded the plane?
True. Anyway, see that? Just look at all the Captain Ugo heads painted on their cute company mascot, isn't he? They're painted on with a lot of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you? Is that what those are?
It is certainly making something jump inside my stomach.
Huh? Oh, I guess there's no fooling your refined tastes. You looked like you really wanted to get one. And I thought I was going to finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. Glad that's done, though. Never make me try to give you a sales pitch ever again, okay?
But I never showed any interest in it to begin with.
It really is pretty horrible, isn't it? You want to know something? This suitcase was designed by Ms. Rhoda.
Miss Tenero designed this.
Yeah, it was a company-wide contest.
Well, it does have a very sharp design.
Sharp? Like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe? I really have no idea why the bigwigs decided to go with it. It's so... ugh.
Miss Tenero designed this, did she? It's definitely not what I would have expected.
Oh! You okay?
I'm fine. Please watch yourself, Ms. Meal. Letting a suitcase freely roll around has got to be a safety violation.
Here, I'll put it back. I love how she waves the doll around like that. Like lolly lolly la. When she walks. You get what I mean? Okay.
Beautiful flowers and a beautiful arrangement. I feel cleansed just by looking at them.
Well, you're kind of stepping on a few of them, you know, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, excuse me.
Why did you apologize to the flowers? Okay. This and this. He should be wearing that little hat. That's for him.
The hat probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Let's give it a go and see. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this display case. Does this mean that the killer broke the glass to get at it?
Really?
Don't tell me you don't know what things go where in this shop.
Well, I don't. Miss Rhoda's in charge of this place. So come on, how should I know anything?
I sense that further inspection of this display case is needed.
Right. That's what I've been trying to do, King. Okay, let me in.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Alright, so what are these? Are these the pendants she was talking about?
Is this the same man as the one portrayed by the statues around the elevator?
Oh, no, he's talking about those golden things. Yeah, that's a paperweight of the founder of GoU Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes. On the bottom shelf, we have the cute one. The middle shelf is the realistic one. And on the top shelf, that's the floral version. The middle one looks like Buddha.
Floral? Are you sure about that? Let me guess, you've just said the first thing that came to your mind, right? Looks like hit
the bullseye? Typo in the chat.
Looks like I hit the bullseye.
Idiot. Swan. Okay.
The glass on this door is broken. Perhaps it was the killer who broke it in order to take the piggy bank? But it's a bit odd that the inside of the case is so devoid of glass shards. Plus, the glass broke rather cleanly.
Ah!
What is it?
I touched the glass and it cut my finger. It hurts, Mr. Edgeworth. It hurts.
Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your own.
Okay, it's this day. Okay, we don't know. Man.
GoU Airlines related books line this shelf. The history of GoU Airlines, the future of GoU Airlines, the 7 wonders of GoU, Fight On, GoU Airlines, working name, You Go Airlines, You Go You, Transparent Heart. The titles make it very clear that they won't be making the top sellers list anytime soon. That was funny.
Not typos in the HD version. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they probably did as much double checking in this game as the second game because they didn't have to relocalize this one.
For security, there is a lock on this display case. Ms. Meal, if I may ask you about this lock.
The one who's in charge of the shop is Ms. Rhoda, so she's got the keys to all of the display cases.
I see.
Oh, I bet you want to buy something. Do you want me to go get the key from her?
No, that's alright.
It's transparent heart. Yeah, that's what it said.
Transparent heart.
Okay. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to deduce.
Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold?
Yes, because if... This is an old one. Like, if something comes through your window, the amount of glass, like from outside, the amount of glass on the outside of your house versus the inside of your house is different, right? So like if it comes through your window into your house, you have more glass on the inside. And then vice versa. If you throw something out of a window into your yard, there's going to be more glass in your yard. So this doesn't make sense.
There is definitely something very unusual about this.
About what?
If the killer had broken the glass to get at the Captain Hugo bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself.
Ooh, I see. Yeah, I guess it'd be like that.
However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case.
Nope. Nope, there isn't.
Which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. My jam. The piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence right through the glass.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor.
I'm willing to bet that this hat was knocked off its head at that time too.
That's nice.
Which leads me to believe that the killer took the Captain Yugo bank from here after the turbulence.
なるほどね。
Take your power naps on your own time, Ms. Meal, and listen when I'm talking. But the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules this piggy bank out as the murder weapon.
So you mean the bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake?
Yes, at this point that is a very real possibility.
But then what if the killer went to take Captain Yugo? They broke the glass by accident.
The display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely.
Yeah, but there's one person who could have.
Oh, and who would that be?
Miss Rhoda, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything.
Miss Rhoda Teniro, huh?
Are we done? I want to look at these again. May I? Okay, yeah, that's one sharp design. Okay, nothing? Really? Do I have logic to put together? Otherwise, I'll just show shit to Cammy. Okay, this might be me getting too far ahead of myself, but let me try this. Because... Okay, yeah.
Yes, there is definitely something wrong here.
What's this with this one yelling?
Tell me, Miss Meal, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases?
Oh, well, sure. They totally ooze strange, like the color and such.
That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention.
Ah, you're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth.
Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper.
Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? But I guess they take after their creator.
Again, that's not what I meant, Ms. Meal. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulence? Never mind, I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself.
That's what I was trying to do.
Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous.
He did not fucking hold back. Crazy. I wonder how Miss Rhoda would have reacted if she had heard what you said. What's wrong?
She makes a good point. It would be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. What's this? I've spotted something that's not quite right. What is so unusual about this suitcase?
There's no stoppers on them.
Take that!
There's something very peculiar about these wheels.
Huh? As in...
As in, there are no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think that the turbulence would have sent it flying.
And?
And so, it is very likely that this suitcase was placed here after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we?
Oh, he's a lemur! Aww.
This was apparently designed by Miss Teniro herself. The design has a certain je ne sais quoi about it. That's how you say that, right? Yes, perhaps that is the best way to put it.
I don't speak French.
It would appear to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. Oh! A piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood!
Ah! It's blood!
It appears that this suitcase is very strongly tied to our murder after all.
Nice.
Bleep.
So, explain this to me? What does the suitcase have to do with the murder?
I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used the suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps?
But aren't you just talking about the cloth, then?
That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used the suitcase to transport is...
The body.
Take that!
something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it?
But...
In light of this, I would say that Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator from someplace else, which means that the murder was committed in an entirely different location.
So you're saying that after them moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it?
Exactly. What is it?
Nothing. Just that... I was thinking about what Ms. Rhoda said about coming here for something. This is probably her. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. Yep. I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate it if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat.
I understand his sentiments. However, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites. Under your supervision, of course.
If that's your only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth. Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together.
I found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge, and I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Ms. Neal reminded me about Ms. Tenero, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light.
Okay, great stream, everybody. Can you imagine? Glad I said that right, because I've heard it said before, but I also just like... Oh, Lord. Okay.
I know that once we landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Miss Tenero and Ms. Neal, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Ms. Tenero in private.
Oh, I love in the background there's a flight to London that was cancelled. Do you see that?
So I'm left wondering, just what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation.
Hey girl, let's fucking go! Ja oder nein? I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. Hey girl, hey! Oh my god, I missed you!
Franziska, I thought you were still in Germany.
I go where I am needed. And wherever there are criminals to be caught.
Her name is Franziska von Karma. The daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are.
Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest.
What?
It's quite frustrating, actually. I'd hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day when a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame?
Wait! It has all been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim.
Yeah, also hi, Karma. A misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death.
Franziska, do you honestly believe that I killed a man in this suit?
She's like, no. I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I have investigated this for myself. I can put your arrest on hold until then.
That's as it should be.
Ha! I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you, of all people. To be perfect in every way. The fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for.
Well, I have my own creed which I must fulfill, so why don't we solve this together?
Ew. Too close of a familial relationship with me. I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town.
Trust me, I had no intention to.
Detective Gumshoe!
Yes, sir.
Hey, King. Too slow! No! Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up. Understand?
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm supposed to guard him?
A simple yes or no, detective. Ja oder nein?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. You just leave it to me.
Miles Edgeworth. Oh, my voice cracked so bad just now. Whoa. I did have to do a lot of shouting yesterday. Miles Edgeworth. If you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me. Work.
Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay. Thank you, Detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this. I have to admit I'm a bit curious as to what Franziska is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you.
Oh my god, I missed his theme so much. Stop. It's like coming home. Dude, you have no idea how much yelling I had to do yesterday. I was truly wit's end. Oh my god. Okay, before I do this. Oh. Sorry. I wasn't trying to.
What a view of the planes preparing for takeoff. Besides the turbulence, they're really not all that bad as a mode of transportation.
Child?
This child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of so many planes.
Wow, I'd love to take a run down that runway.
Oh. The youth of today.
Hey, this is me.
So much potential, yet so misguided.
Oh, Lord.
Looking from behind, I think I've seen this man somewhere before.
Nom 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 nom, Soviet Russia, world flag lunchboxes eat you.
F. The hell happened? Work happened. Screaming at kids. Yep.
Found it, lol.
Ooh, I feel a wave of creative powers coming on. It's over 9,000 lols. For my next Yeet movie, it's gonna be a Steel Samurai warrior of Old Tokyo versus the World Samurai Champion of Earth. It's gonna rock so many boxers.
So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie.
He doesn't even care. He's just like, oh, we're getting a movie. He's okay.
This man was in first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair. I did it. I made it the whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. He must have been pretty scared. He's repeating the same thing over and over to himself.
Like you wouldn't? Hello. Can I not? Okay. Weird.
Lunchland. Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own branch shops.
What should I go with? I recommend our airport special, World Flags Lunchboxes. Only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made up to look like different countries' flags.
I wonder if they're aiming to take Lunchland to the international market?
That's funny. Okay. Alright, that's it. Alright, hi, Gumshoe, I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah. Hello.
So, how was the initial investigation going?
We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office. And we're taking statements now, sir.
That sounds like Franziska. She was always good at quick responses to a case.
Okay, can I say... Hold on. I have something to say. Edgeworth truly cares about Franziska so much, it's so sweet. That's his little sister. That's his little sister, guys. And it's so, like... How do I say? He's like not afraid to compliment her. Like, she's definitely afraid to compliment him. But he's like not at all afraid to compliment her. It's so sweet. I I just really love their relationship. And in this game, I feel like they do such a good job of highlighting it more. These two games, to be honest.
I'd say that she was, a little too quick, sir. Oh? How so?
I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow, when I got here, Ms. Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kind of creepy, as though she knew there had been a murder or something. Interesting. And had come in advance to await your flight's arrival.
That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all of this.
Ms. Von Karma just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident.
No details?
It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir.
Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, Detective. Although, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine.
Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate.
Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation.
High time, get your grooving on. Sorry, it's a song.
Starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh.
Hey, but I still want to talk to you. Yes, sir? I want to show you things. I want your thoughts. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I think something just fell out of your pocket.
What are you...
So did something fall out or not? I didn't, get a good look, sir.
It doesn't concern you, so don't worry about it. My prosecutor's badge of all things. Gumshoe must never know that I dropped it.
That's really funny. That's so cute, guys. What the fuck?
Detective Gumshoe, this is...
Oh, is that for me? Aw, you shouldn't have, sir. But I'll gladly take anything you want to give me.
Hands off, Detective. This item is related to the case.
So, what about it did you want to ask me about?
Forget I asked, Detective.
Gonna give you the dead body. That prosecutor's badge dialogue was really cute. I don't think I've ever seen that before. What is this raccoon-looking thing?
It's not a raccoon. It's the mascot of GoU Airlines. His name is Captain Yugo, and apparently he's supposed to be
a monkey? He's a lemur. Ooh, I'm feeling some inspiration coming on. I'm going to make a piggy bank out of the police mascot, the Blue Badger. I'd buy that. Then whenever there's any loose change lying around the precinct, it can go in there.
Sure, sounds great. As long as it isn't any of my money.
You want the bloody footprints? You can have those, King. You can have whatever you want. I should look at my evidence again, because I kind of forgot what those latest pieces are. And I do have stuff to take notes if I find that it is important. Oh, so, this design. It's so postmodern, sir.
Postmodern, you say?
Yeah, especially this alien-shaped handle here. You can really feel a connection. I love you, Gumshoe.
A connection. Right. Detective, please stop with your horrible impression of an art critic.
But I was only telling you my honest feelings, sir. Aw. I want to see Gumshoe and Phoenix hang out in an art museum. Okay. Oof. In we go. Oh, is that the captain? Ugh, sorry. Oh, God. Body hurts. Ugh, okay. We're good. So, you must be the captain.
Why, yes I am, and who might you be?
I am the protege prosecutor, Francisca von Karma, and I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain. Getting friendly with another woman? I'll never forgive you if you do.
What are you talking about? I only have you eyes for you, my dear Cammy. I wouldn't bet money on our dear captain to be much of a reputable person. Sure you don't want to ask the captain some questions, sir? He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I like to leave that type of witness to Francisca and her whip.
Ah! Age has been getting to me since I was 18. I just need a job that isn't one where I walk around all the time, to be honest. It's hurting me. My body is not one that can do physical activity for a very long time like that. Without like frequent rest. What was I gonna say? I worked like 9 hours with no break. So I do be poppin'. Edgeworth shrug. Stop. That's so funny. He's so silly. Oh, hello. I already forgot the voice I gave him. He was Russian. Now, see here? Ah! Sorry. I'm sorry! Oh. Da in Russia. How long do you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be the criminal. I told you!
Mr. LeBlanc. Oh, it is you.
Tell this man to stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend. I do enjoy his theme song, but...
They've got a piano on this plane? Hey, do you think I could try it out, sir? I think you would know better than to randomly touch things at a crime scene, detective. Besides, I didn't know you knew how to play.
Of course I do. I'm practically proficient.
Interesting. The things you learn about people on a daily basis. I can get Do and Re to come out just right, sir. 2 notes does not a proficient pianist make, detective.
Me trying to explain to the kids yesterday, I was like, if I play the piano, you can't request a song for me. I don't know songs off the top of my head. I can play songs that I've practiced. And maybe sight read if I'm lucky.
Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you have to see this chair.
It says in honor of Rocker Pals Day.
And what exactly is the big deal with these Rocker Pals?
They're seriously sweet Swiss superstar rock band, sir. What is that a reference to? Ugh, makes me want to listen to one of their songs right now. Is that supposed to be like ABBA or something? Were they Swedish? I forget. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I got lost in that forest of S's just now. Do you want me to explain it to you again? You know, detective, I think I'll have to take a rain check on that, regrettably.
Okay, new headcanon unlocked. Me projecting onto Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth had a lisp growing up.
Looks like we can't go beyond here, sir. Plus, the body has been sent off to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy. Hey, this statue. What about it, detective? Did you notice something?
I saw this guy in a dream last night. The resemblance is uncanny, sir.
You saw him in your dreams?
Well, yeah, I saw him and then I arrested him. I wanted to show you just how vital I am in our partnership.
Being useful in your sleep is of no help to me in the real world, detective.
Cut him some slack. That's really sweet. Okay, I wonder if it's supposed to be an ABBA joke or a different Swedish band.
Oh man, there's a really pretty lady in that plane over there. She's looking over here. Quick, sir, wave at her with me, please. I refuse to be your wingman on the. What about Maggie?
All right. Wait, hold on.
Sir, you can't go in there. I'm Miles Edgeworth. I am one of the prosecutors on this case, so please let me through.
I'm very sorry, sir. No one is allowed to enter without Ms. Von Karma's express permission.
But I'm on the case.
Yes, I understand that, but I also have explicit instructions not to let you through from Miss Von Karma.
Why would you do this to me, Francisca?
Yeah, little sister behavior. Alright, LeBlanc.
Did you finish taking his statement yet?
Yep, all done, sir.
I do not concern you. I do not concern if you are not done examining the cargo hold. Hold, I want my cargo back.
Okay, fine.
If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay.
Art? What sort of art?
Mr. LeBlanc is a... LeBlanc? He would say that hard to see is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of arts.
Folk costumes? Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat. It kind of looks like that other piece of cloth.
I do just want to, like, hear his takes. Ah, so you are finally paying my wasted money?
Sorry, but there was absolutely nothing inside this wallet.
How dare you! You are wanting to trick me! I will sue for fraud!
Mr. LeBlanc. LeBlanc.
Sorry, I'm thinking... Sorry, Persona 5 brain is very real today. I even changed my phone background and home screen to be Joker Nakachi. I forget if I said this on stream or not already, but the most surprising thing I would tell the me of 5 years ago, there was this thing that was like reflecting on like the you of 5 years ago, and I was like, okay, I think the most surprising thing that I would tell the me of 5 years ago is that my brother is dead. And then the second most surprising thing is that I got really into Shuake from fucking Persona 5 because of Persona 5 Royal. Anyway.
Mr. LeBlanc, are you seriously considering a courtroom tango with me? I hope not, but in case you are, there is a certain lawyer I can introduce you to!
That's so funny. Okay. Le temps, c'est les gens argent. Oh, he is French. Dude. Le temps, c'est de l'argent. There. Maybe another language will get through your head.
I understood you perfectly fine in English. Just shut your fuck up.
Yeah, I understand that. It's like time is urgent, right? Like I'm in a hurry, because le temps is time, and then like l'argent. The time it is urgent, so like I'm in a hurry, basically. Is that correct? Because I know some of those words from just osmosis of living in Canada. Time is money. Is l'argent? Is that money? Huh. Cool. It doesn't sound like it would be money. It sounds like it would be urgent. Okay, anyway.
Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me?
Oh, it's a Borginian cloth.
As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose?
Oh, it is! So the literal translation is what I was saying, but it just, like, they use it to say time is money? Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous, orders come from over the seas for more.
Then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier?
No. No. My cargo this time is much, many gigantic. You, detective, when can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. It's actually money later. Oh, okay, interesting. The stubbornness of you police, it is no good. And it is no good that attendant refuses to exit the attendant's room too.
That attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Miss Tenero. What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc?
She was taken into the attendant's room for her interview, and then they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than her.
Why is Miss Tenero's interview the only one that's taking up so much time? Because she's super suspicious.
Oh, hello. Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein. Now I'm stuck in the. You were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you?
Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Tenero. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room.
Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances.
I understand.
You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth.
Hell yeah. Siblings.
Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found.
Oh, if it's d'argent, and money if it's de l'argent.
French, and that is why I'm never gonna study French, because that's so dumb. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect.
The likeliest suspect, Francisca?
Do you have a problem with that?
No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute.
I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend?
Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic fast.
English is dumber. Yeah, but I don't have to study English anymore, because I learned it, right? Like, I didn't have to study English, you know what I mean? I learned English as a native speaker. It's a very different experience for people who are studying English as a second or foreign language.
Hold it!
Don't you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit?
I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish this whole thing within 3 minutes.
Hey, you say that like you're cooking a pack of instant noodles.
I won't allow even 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence.
I see she hasn't changed a bit. But I won't allow her to send me to prison so easily.
Could you imagine, though? That'd be funny. If you got sent to prison because of Fran.
So tell me, Francisca, do you know all there is to know about the crime scene?
I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you.
And nothing more?
Are you saying there is more I need to know?
Why did you whip me, sir?
Sorry, Scruffy. My hand must have slipped.
It would appear that Francisca doesn't have all the facts of this case yet.
Hold it!
What do you mean by scene?
Please stop pretending like you don't know. It's insulting. Obviously, I'm talking about how Mr. Hicks was seen calling for an attendant at 5 a.m. And then, from the time after that call until the body was found...
Hold it!
While it's true that I was in the lounge the whole time, that fact alone does not make me the criminal.
Objection!
Hey, I missed you. Ha! We'll see about that at the conclusion of this investigation. However, there is one thing that even you must admit at this time.
Hold it!
Under the circumstances, I suppose I can agree that I am the most likely suspect. But I believe in you, sir. I don't think you did it.
Ms. Von Karma's gotta believe that too, right? I mean, you two are like siblings. Ow! Quiet, Scruffy! Don't remind me. Don't. Even if we were related by blood, that's no guarantee that he's not a criminal.
Francisca,
I demand to see some proof that you are not the guilty party.
the likeliest suspect, huh? What a roundabout euphemism.
Sorry, my brain saw roundabout and just immediately was like doom 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 digadum 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 dum 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 digadigadagadigadagad.
But it would appear that she doesn't yet know about the new evidence that we acquired and where we acquired it. I'll take care of the gaps in her logic one hole at a time.
You would talk about holes, wouldn't you? Okay. Nope. Oops. Wrong button. Okay. This was used to transport the body.
Objection!
Which means... No.
It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all.
And what does that mean?
I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location.
Already? Already this banger? Okay. Alright. I wonder if those horns are live and just heavily edited, or if they are a patch. Because they are blatty, and I love it, but... Anyway.
The killer used this suitcase to move the victim's body. Meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all.
Objection!
Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions?
Excuse me?
All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth.
I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily.
You should know better than that. Von Karma is perfect in every way.
Ah, but did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point?
Objection!
As if there was proof of that.
Where is the proof that the suitcase was moved around?
There's something that was dragged. It's the wheels of the suitcase, because there were no stoppers. Also, can I just, like, look at evidence right now, by the way? Open. Because there's this bloodstain, too, right? Sorry, I just got a text. He is hotter. Evil bitches stay winning. Yeah. Back to the victim's blood, right, sir?
I suspect so, but we won't know much more until it's been processed by forensics.
Well, it's a good thing no one wanted to buy this suitcase.
How so?
Imagine the shock on their face when they go to open it and out pops a dead body.
I suppose, although it's really nothing to get all shocked over.
So get this, sir. I bet the victim used this suitcase as his hiding place.
Excuse me?
You know, to stow away on this flight, sir. He must have been inside all along. But someone found him out, and that's when, bam, he was killed. Actually, that was the plot of a movie I saw recently.
Detective Gumshoe, get your head out of the theater and back into reality.
That's funny.
Blood?
Sorry.
For there to be this much blood on this piece of cloth. Was the victim wrapped in it at some point? According to Mr. LeBlanc, this textile is fairly famous.
What a waste. Oh yeah. Anyway. Whatever we were doing. The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator.
Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. Where is the evidence that proves the killer dragged this suitcase through here?
These tracks.
Take that!
This mark here. Wouldn't you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from 2 wheels?
I suppose.
Further, there was also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here.
Wait a minute, did we know that? Was that just me missing? I missed it? Oh yeah, I missed it. Sure enough. Oops.
What's this? The wheel is completely covered in something. This color and this scent. It appears the substance in question is grape juice. But why would there be juice on the wheel of a suitcase?
Okay, my bad. My bad. I just knew about the tracks. I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else.
I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear. Not by a long shot.
Are you sure about that?
You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence. Wrong. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from and pretended to be the discoverer of the body. Wrong.
Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly.
Just what are you insinuating?
That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in her logic in one fell swoop.
Okay. But first, I'm gonna get all the dialogue, because it's Fran.
And how do you suppose I was able to take the piggy bank out of its display case? As I recall, the case was locked.
That's easy. If the case was locked, you simply had to hit the glass, like this.
Yow! You shattered my heart of glass! So she wants to talk about the in-flight shop in the Captain Hugo Bank, does she?
That takes care of how you obtained the murder weapon. And then, I already read this.
Hold it!
I thought there wasn't any of the victim's blood found in the lounge.
I thought you'd say that. What, did you think I wouldn't have noticed? I think you just found a way to cleverly hide the blood splatter in the lounge. By accidentally spilling grape juice on top of it.
Are you accusing me of tampering with the crime scene now?
We'll see, won't we? The forensic scientists are hard at work on that as we speak.
And what do you propose I did after that?
Hold it!
So I put the victim's body into the suitcase, and then, where was I headed, Francisca?
That's pretty obvious. You were bringing it to first class where you could safely keep an eye on it.
We're talking about this thing, you know. I'd hardly call it discreet or ordinary.
Annoying brat. Well then, you were intending to leave it inside the elevator. But unfortunately for you, a wrench was thrown in your plans because... turbulence.
Hold it!
Turbulence?
You've experienced turbulence on a flight before.
Of course! Many times. You get used to it after a while.
The patch we hit was especially rough, and I passed out briefly, but only for a second.
Good thing it was only for a sec, sir. It'd have been bad if you really blanked out.
Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, blanking out is exactly what got me into this mess in the first place.
That's enough of your idle chatter. I'm not through with you yet, Miles Edgeworth.
Hold it!
If I really were a criminal, do you think I would be so easily caught?
Objection!
You are certainly in the middle of being caught right now.
I have to find a contradiction fast or I won't have much of my own hide left to save. That's so funny.
I have to say, you are looking rather caught now. And I'll tell you exactly what you did after that. You loitered around in the lounge and pretended to be oh.
I didn't pretend to be anything. I really was the first to discover the victim's body.
I suppose that's true.
So then, you are yielding to my statements?
Don't be foolish! I still insist that you are the killer, but in that sense, you really were the first to discover the body to be dead. It's just like Danganronpa.
No matter what I say, she seems dead set on making me out to be the killer. Her logic is reasonably sound, and the large majority of it reflects the truth. But there is one point about it that is not quite right.
It's this one. It's this one. It's this. After Turby. After the Turby. Yesterday, okay, this is such a me thing, and only I will find this funny probably, but yesterday the kids, we did like sugar cookies for them, and they got to decorate it with icing and sprinkles, and, I was like going around giving them sprinkles out of a spoon or whatever, and then I was like, okay, who wants sprinkles? Spronkies? Spronkies? Sprinkles? Spronklers. Just like every time I gave, I would be like, sprinkles? Like, as if they wanted some. So, because it's like, we come around and be like, do you want a cookie? But instead of saying like, do you want sprinkles every time, I'd be like, sprinkles? And so then they'd say yes or not. And then I just kept changing the word to be more distorted, and they didn't say anything. They were like they weren't laughing at all. So it was just me being insane. It was really funny. I was like, I am the only one who finds this funny, and that's okay. And that's okay. Sometimes it's just like that. They lack senses of humor. They're 6.
The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared.
Evidence and logic. Essential tools that those who would stand in the courtroom must learn to master.
But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix?
A fake?
This Captain Hugo piggy bank is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon.
What?
The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important. And it was taken after the turbulence had occurred.
But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that?
I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence.
I'm surprised they didn't like it. Me too, to be perfectly honest. But these kids love poop humor. Like this group that I was with, they love poo. They love shit humor. It's so funny. They make themselves laugh so hard with it, and I'm like, that's crazy that you guys are so into that. I blamed the Skibbity toilet. I knew nothing about Skibbity toilet. I blame it. I mean, it's fine. Poop humor, I feel like, used to be more of a 90s kid thing. Anyway,
after exiting the elevator.
Sorry, I just noticed Edgeworth lying on the ground. That was really funny.
The killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick up the bank from off the floor. And took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, in my pocket, to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackby Hicks.
You there!
Yes, ma'am.
Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found?
We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am.
I don't know, messing up words on purpose is usually a pretty surefire way to make kids laugh in my experience. I as well, like, because I was with, like, the first graders. Firsties are my worsties. And with the older kids, honestly, it makes them laugh sometimes. Or if I go, like, let's hit the hot goss, like, when I use, to be fair, I haven't talked to young kids in 5 years. I guess the humor has changed. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a different age group. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence, and the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood.
I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end.
But it's possible that it's just hidden somewhere, sir.
If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I'd think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth.
Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or is still at the real crime scene.
Objection!
There is one more possibility.
And that would be?
That the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon.
But didn't we just...
Hold it! Let me finish. The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time that the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see. So that means the killer had the key. That means that the killer had the key to the display case.
Francisca? The person you're talking about.
Not so fast. I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying. Speaking of which, I recall that you also wish to speak with her.
Yes.
Very well. Permission granted. But only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other?
I have no intention of interrogating her, but you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish.
Miss Tenero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move.
Hell yeah, dude. We are the weird girl now. Hi, Francisca, I love you.
Miss Tenero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move.
Oh, that blue door over there leads to the flight attendant's room, sir.
Alright, let's go see what Miss Tenero has to say for herself.
He's still losing it.
You! Hurry and solve your murder!
I've lost his voice, guys.
If you do not, how am I supposed to have my gargle returned to me?
If you could please be patient just a little longer, Mr. LeBlanc.
Hurry and solve it! Like a strike of thunder!
It's as fast as lightning, and believe me, if I could, I would.
Officer? I've been told by Ms. Von Karma that you can now enter the flight attendant's room. Please feel free to look around.
Thank you. Now to unravel Miss Tenero's true intentions.
Am I allowed to go back upstairs? I am. Okay, I want him to say shit. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I think you have too many red knights on this board.
It's just your imagination.
And it looks like that blue pawn is being completely surrounded by the red knights.
Now you're seeing things.
Sir, I don't think you're supposed to have lots of the same piece like in checkers.
I know that, detective. What do you take me for?
That was all I wanted. Wait, what's this? Oh, okay, I see. Naruhodo ne.
There you go.
So, you're the one that poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that?
Ms. Tenero.
Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too?
Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did?
All right.
Okay, hold on. Okay, but hold on.
It's pretty easy to tell who sleeps in which bunk just by looking. I am almost certain that the well-kept one on top belongs to Miss Tenero.
Ew, the bottom one is a giant mess.
You sloven, squalid scoundrel of a man! You dare to scrutinize a woman's bed and invade her privacy?
Yow!
There are some things in life best kept to yourself, detective.
I love you, Francisca.
What is all this junk inside these boxes? There's no rhyme or reason to any of it.
That's our lost and found, Mr. Edgeworth. Gold crowns and swords and necklaces. It's like a treasure trove in here, sir. There's an Oscar.
The fact that these were left on the plane implies they were carried onto it to begin with. Something tells me it's time for Goyu to send its metal detectors out for repairs.
This door leads to the cargo hold, but I can't let you through without Ms. Von Karma's express permission.
It's not a bad way to handle this situation if it was any old case, but this isn't.
So between you and Ms. Von Karma, who's better at their job? Who's better?
Oh, there is no comparison to be made, Detective. None.
Harsh.
And what are inside these boxes?
Oh, those are some souvenirs I bought in Virginia.
There's so many. There's even a second box.
Well, yes. I find that folk art from around the world does great things for my creativity.
Those suitcases certainly could have done with a whole lot less of your creativity.
Savage.
It's one of those suitcases designed by Miss Tenero. You can tell it's hardly ever been used by the lack of even a single scratch on it.
So these are the attendants' lockers, huh? Let's hurry up and examine them, sir.
Why must men always be so rude? Besides, who exactly gave you permission to search through the attendants' lockers?
Wait, Detective! It would be uncouth of us to look into a woman's locker without her permission.
Yeah, I guess so. Plus, I feel this murderous draft, and I can sense a whip not far behind. That's so funny. Oops. My bad.
What exactly is this panel for?
Ah, that's the emergency control panel for the elevator. We used it to stop the elevator on the first floor and to keep its doors open.
Interesting. Okay. Alright, let's see app. Oh wait, actually. What do you have to say?
Well, go on. Let's hear our troublesome attendant out.
In due time. I do have one thing I'd like to ask you.
Yes.
Do you plan to continue using that whip for the foreseeable future?
Of course! I've wrangled many a testimony out of people thanks to it.
Yeah, and probably a whole ton of yelps.
Ow! And I'm willing to bet that the majority of them came from you, Detective.
Alright. What's up?
Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that?
Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission.
What do you mean?
The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Ms. Meal. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends.
In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges.
Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness! Miss Tenero, is it? There is one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well,
Why the sudden hesitation? Franziska seems to have struck a nerve.
All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell.
Miss Tenero claims to have had no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing.
Alright, let's show things to you. Have you seen my badge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I don't know how to answer you. As a professional flight attendant, I'm a failure.
She must be worn out from the long questioning session she just went through.
This? Nothing. Wait, okay, before I show this to her, I do want to look at this. Am I able to observe her? Okay, I know playing with the cell phone, I guess. Okay, what about this? Okay. Alright. Karma, quit retracting messages! Why are you doing that?
If you could please take a look at this for me, Ms. Tenero.
Oh, that suitcase.
Yes, about this suitcase. You are the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it?
There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there?
Won't you please tell me more about this suitcase?
Yes, Well, Hi, Ivy! I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care. But I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see that it was the last one there.
The last one there.
Interesting.
So you're saying, Ms. Tenero, that the suitcase in question was the last one?
Yes, they're just so popular they're practically flying off the shelves.
That's not exactly the impression I got.
The one in the shop is most definitely the last one.
Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase.
Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one.
I didn't say anything about buying it.
Then say you'll buy it.
I'm sorry, I can't.
But why? I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. I guarantee it personally as a service professional.
Well, that is... How should I put this? It's hideous.
What?
Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on. My issue with the suitcases isn't the design, it's the number of them remaining.
Remaining?
There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it.
I'm doing pretty good. It can just be a lot sometimes with everything going on in the world, but I'm existing, so that's good. Yeah, Ivy, I feel that so hard. Truly so hard.
2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only one. Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only one suitcase left.
Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? By the way, Miss Tenero, what is one of those suitcases doing here?
That's...
I thought you said there was only one left?
That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now.
She's used it for a long time? I think not. Miss Tenero, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me.
Excuse me?
I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. God, this song's so good. What proves that this hasn't been used for nearly as long as Miss Tenero says?
Take that!
Tell me, Miss Tenero, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase?
What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase?
That was a strange accent that just came out.
Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Miss Tenero, I think I understand. I know what you are trying to hide. Now then, the suitcase was originally in
The in-flight shop.
Seeing as how the price tag is still on this suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought this suitcase was...
It was you.
Take that!
It was you, wasn't it, Miss Tenero? I hate to say this, but the suitcase that you designed It hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling, and were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right?
Then the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I'd finally accomplished something.
But the suitcases didn't sell.
It's because of the design, isn't it? All because it's, as what you put it, hideous.
I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either.
We weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there, day in and day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked.
You buy one every single time you work a flight?
I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here is my receipt for that purchase.
This receipt is clearly timestamped 5:40 a.m.
AI and AI2 soundtracks are such bangers, but I mean AA's soundtrack is general. Yeah, in general is peak. I agree, and it's because my man did it. I'm so sad. So he did Grandia 2's soundtrack, which is one of my favorite games, one of my two favorite games of all time besides Fata Moru. And they're doing a concert, and they're doing Grandia 2 songs, and he's gonna be there. Maybe directing, maybe playing. I don't remember. And I'm so sad because there's no, like, it's only an in-person event from what I can see. I don't think there's any live stream of it. I would stay up late to watch it, or get up early, whichever the time is. I want to see it so bad. Hopefully there will be clips on YouTube or something, because the set list is like fantastic. Someone make fan art of her room with a ton of her suitcases. I think that they should make the suitcase a piece of merch. It's ugly, but I'd buy it.
The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight.
Miss Teniro, where are these other suitcases?
They should all be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer used
could very well have come from the cargo hold.
Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases to...
Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body.
Hello! Hi from Brazil. Hi from Canada. Hi, Gabu-chan. 日本語喋れる? Yeah, I would personally cop that without it. Yeah, no. I love a piece of merch that's practical. I'm a sucker for practical merchandise. I mean, I love my little squishies and stuff like that, and acrylic stands, unfortunately. But like a practical piece of merch, like a magnet, that shit rocks. A notepad, paper clips, the clippies, etc. Practical merch you can wear. Love her. I love this case so much and I don't know why. Haha, it's just so fluid. Everyone's got a case that they don't know why they love it so much. This case is good. It's not terrible. It's just the beginning of it makes me a little angry, but it's fine.
How could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips.
喋れる! 先生なんだ! そうなんだ! 日本語教えてるっていうわけ? すごいな。私もなんか先生じゃなくて先生のための教科書とか作りたいのでよろしくお願いします。嬉しい。I watched a YouTube video analyzing Apollo's musical theme through the Apollo Justice trilogy, and it's so good. There's even a hint of Kapala mentioned in there. Ivy, I know what you're talking about. I know. Is it the guitar in AA5? Because yes, I know. We'll talk about it when we get there. すごいな。嬉しい。でも大変そう、本当に。嬉しい。嬉しい。Yeah, was I right, Ivy? Yeah, I know. I know. Listen, I know. I know. That's all I ever wished for them to be. その教科書読みたい。書いたら送ります。You can copy paste the text of Gabu-chan's into a translator. They are a Japanese teacher. And I'm like, I don't want to be a teacher, but I want to help teachers by like writing textbooks and stuff. That's all I ever wished for them to be.
Miss Tenero, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator?
This door right here. 大変じゃないよ。すんごく楽しい。よかったね。スケジュールとかが大変そう、私にとって。はい、頑張ります。いつかは。Yeah, we already know. We just saw this door. The only other way is just through that door there.
And what about security?
That door has no special lock installed because just to enter this room, you need a special key card that only crew members have access to. Suspicious.
Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects.
I can't believe it. Oh, hold it!
Yes, Francisca?
Going on these wild goose chases, you're a disgrace to the Von Karma name.
And what do you mean by that?
The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story.
Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their key card.
Miles Edgeworth! You are proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct?
Yes, that's the only realistic possibility.
That other attendant, Ms. Meal? I asked her earlier and she had this to say.
Francisca got information out of Ms. Meal?
Because of lesbianism, I suppose.
In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different key card is required.
A different one?
Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Ms. Rhoda Tenero, and only you.
What? Is this true, Miss Tenero?
Yes, I keep that key card in my locker at all times.
Could you please show us that card right now?
Yes, hold on. I don't believe it.
What's wrong?
The key card, it's gone. Ha ha ha, very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen, when in fact, you're just trying to hide it from us. You've really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You can tell us all about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Edgeworth. What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face.
Francisca, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case. However...
Hold it! Don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules.
You know the rules, and so do I. Can't believe Francisca Von Karma just rickrolled me.
You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth?
I intend to do likewise.
And it'll have to be next time. Nice. I'll have time to take a nap. Oh, that's exciting. I didn't take a nap earlier because I was like, I do want to practice piano because I haven't been able to do so, and yeah, it's annoying. 週25回授業を行うこともあるんだけど、それ以外やりたいことがないね。嬉しい。なんかね、sorry for everybody who doesn't speak Japanese. I'm so sorry. This is something I talk about all the time anyway in English, so you'll know kind of the vibe. なんか日本語を勉強している外国人が結構増えてきて、で、それに対して日本語教育はどうやって変わっていくのかはちょっと気になって、でもちろん先生は頑張って、例えばインターネットでいろんな資料とか作ってるし、でも教科書とかを考えればなんか実際使ってない日本語ばっかりで、例えばどういたしましてとか全く使わない日本語ばっかりで、例えば趣味として日本語を勉強してる人はまあそれは多分全然問題ないと思うんですけど、例えば日本で仕事したくて日本に住みたい人に対してちょっと残念なんじゃないかなと私は個人的に思いますけど、なんか教科書は全てではないんですけど、なんか学生のサポートになるはずだと思うので、なんでそうなってないので、それになんか例えば日本人と白人ばっかり考えてるように見られると思うんですね教科書は。例えば、会話の例とかが例えば田中さんとトムさんで、トムさんはいつも白人でそれちょっとなんていう、日本語を勉強してる人は白人ばっかりじゃないから、例えば黒人とか他のアジア人とか日系とかのそのレプレゼンテーション全くなくて、あとは LGBTQ も全く入ってなくてちょっとね、あまり好きじゃないですねだから大変そうだと思った。ちなみに A の This font is so small。 よかった。A のとか全部なんか動画見たことあるけど全部じゃないNot all of it. Karma, we're talking about, so I'm talking about like the education system, or not the education system, like the education support for, oh my god, now it won't minimize, for Japanese learners. Like the textbooks are there's not a lot of representation in them. And so like, for instance, if it has like a, how do I say? If it has like a, how do I say? An example conversation, it'll be like Japanese person and white person. And it has like, you never really see like black people represented. You never see other Asian people really represented. And like usually if they are, it's very stereotyped, which is really unfortunate. And then like there's no LGBTQ representation, which is crazy because like LGBTQ pedagogy inserts itself so easily into Japanese, actually. 実際に使う日本語と教材は自分で作る。いや。生徒たちにも習ってほしいから。Yeah. That makes sense. Making it yourself to... それな. I always feel bad about that particular thing. Like, if you're making it yourself, though, if I think about, like, アメリカとかカナダの先生を考えれば、給料がそんなに高くはないから、自分で作らなくちゃいけないのが、ちょっと、大変すぎないThey should be paid more. If they have to make their own materials because things aren't appropriate. And like with the increase of people watching Japanese anime and like playing games, reading manga, like manga becoming a word that like people know. The food culture, like soft power from Japan is crazy right now. It's crazy. I can go walk around and see people wearing like Shingeki no Kyojin, Jiyu no Tsubasa とか 鬼滅の刃 like 袴とか普通に着てる人を見てすごいな When I started studying 20 years ago I like never like I got made fun of and so I had to keep it kind of like a hush like I'm not like the others type of thing to get people to not make fun of me, but I really was just like the others. I watched Suzumiya Haruhi. I watched Konkō Hostabu. Shourai dou naru kana? I wonder what the future will be like for Japanese education. Hope to be a part of it. If I can ever get a new job where I have time to like use my brain again and not just be shouting at children. 9 hours a day. I'll be able to do more. But anyway, ともかく. Yeah. Saturday, more of this case. I might finish it. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. We'll see how long it takes. 夢たくなった早く作って早く作ってって頑張るしかないなありがとうございます応援してくれてなんか私のやりたいことほとんどの人が理解していないから嬉しい私。I also want to say thanks to me for helping. I mean, for translating, I think also if I'm speaking in another language, like this is my channel, if I'm speaking in another language and I decide not to translate, you guys should just not worry about it because it's probably nothing super important. But obviously, Japanese is so welcome here. 嬉しい。仕事で使ってないからね、ほとんどのなんていう。あー、なるほど。あ、それいいな。いいな。それいいな。いいね。あ、なるほどね。だから大変じゃないんだ。そっか、普通の先生だったらそうですよね。Like I think of people that I know who teach and they don't get paid anything. Showed up so late. Yeah, Maddie, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Maddie. You should watch like the first 5 minutes though, because I went on a very feral rant about Akechi and Joker. I'm being really normal about it, actually. That reminds me, I do need to reply to these texts, so I should get going. Yeah, Saturday, and then Thursday, Saturday, and then the Saturdays in February, I did decide, Akechi and Joker? We can't. Just DM me. I can't. I need to go lay down. Maddie, I'll send you the screenshots of the text exchanges. They're really funny. Anyway. Yeah, so the February 1st and February 8th will be a special little game I'm just gonna play. It won't be like we're finishing a game or anything like that. It's just gonna be for fun. Hopefully I get it to work. It's an older game, but I should be able to play it through my Wii, I hope. And then the 15th, I might do a piano stream. I'll do my best. You guys have to be not judgmental if I mess up, okay? You have to be nice if I mess up. Otherwise, you all get banned. Shaking the bars of my enclosure. Yeah, Maddie, you should DM me. I'm having a normal one. Older than a Wii. It's a GameCube game. But I can play it through my Wii. Anyway. Alright, that's enough of that shit. I need to step away. I need to. Okay, I have to be normal. I have to go be normal. And by normal, I mean super feral. Okay, all right, you know the drill. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Be good to yourself. Be kind. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Please wear a mask. Thanks for hanging out. Kame-chan, arigato. And I will see you when I see you. Bye bye.